Okay, here's another video on editing. I want to show you a cool new feature in this video that I think you're really going to like in Lightroom that's going to allow me to go from make a photo that looks like this, where this is what I started from. So you can see pretty boring, pretty bland photo, pretty exciting photo. I don't know, exciting is a strong word, but definitely more visually interesting here. So I'm going to do this one also on my phone, but all of these settings would work on, again, on a Chromebook or a PC. And I'm going to do this one holding the phone up and down rather than sideways, just so you can see that things look a little bit different. So let's get started. Of course, I'm going to start out by cropping. Let me just do that really quick. Down here, I'll click in this bottom left-hand corner, change that to custom again. I don't think I clicked on, there we go. And that's going to allow me to crop it to whatever shape I want, which about like that I'm happy with. I want to use a little bit of rule of thirds, so I'll put that off to the side, check the check mark. Ooh, let's get that dude out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little profiles. And I liked one way over here. It's a modern one, but again, you use whichever one you like. In this case, it was modern 7 that I liked. So I'll click on that, do the check mark. Come in here, hit auto, come in here, do my light. And I'm going through this pretty quickly because you've seen all of this before, but I did want to show you one really cool feature in here, and it's this highlights and white slider. So you can see up here in the top left-hand corner, up in this area of the image, I've got a lot of a really bright spot, and that's because that metal was so close to the window. So the highlight slider, again, is going to only change parts of the photo that are really bright. So you can see as I crank that up, see how only the brighter parts of the photo are being adjusted. And that allows me to tone that down a little bit so it's not quite so bright. And I can come and do the same thing with the white slider, and I can tone that down even a little bit more. So you can see even less of the image is being adjusted now, and I can tone that bright spot down just a little bit and take the edge off of that. And I like the looks of that a lot. Okay, nothing else new in here. We go to our temperature, and we would play with temp and tint and vibrance and saturation. And then I'm going to go to vignette and do my same things, maybe add a little bit of clarity here, always add a vignette. But what I really want to show you is actually back here in the temperature slider, the white balance slider. This one right here, this is one we would call color if we were on our on a PC or Chromebook. And I want to show you this mix button right here in the top right hand, not top right hand corner, but there in the corner. And this is our color mixer, and what this is going to allow us to do is allow us to adjust individual colors in the photograph. So you can see right now the color mixer is set to red right there. And there's 3 things I can change. Hue is the color, saturation is the intensity of the color, and luminance is the brightness of the color. So you can see it's set to red, meaning as I move the hue slider, only things in my photo that are red are going to change color. So if I wanted to change the tint of those apples just a touch, I could do that with the hue slider. If I change the saturation, it's going to change the saturation or the intensity only of things that are red. So I want to increase the saturation there. And then luminance is the brightness of things that are red. So if I want to make those apples just a touch brighter without changing anything else in the photo, I could do it that way. And also we have some blue in there, and that the ottoman is blue. So you can see I can do the same thing with the blues. I can change the hue of the blue, and I like that blue a lot. I can change the saturation of that blue, and I might desaturate that a little bit. And I can also change the brightness or darkness of the blue, and I want to brighten that up a little bit. One thing I do want to show you, though, is that these apples are actually a little bit red and yellow, and there's no way to adjust both red and yellow at the same time. But one thing you can do is come and click on this little dude right here. So I'm going to click on that. And now it's saying it wants me to tell it which one I want to adjust. So I want to adjust the saturation of the apple. So I'm going to click on saturation. And I'm just going to come and click and hold my finger on the screen. And I'm going to move it left or right. And you can see there at the bottom of the screen, see how it's changing both the red and the orange slider at the same time for me? That's a really cool feature. And I can do that. And then if I want to change the hue of the blues again, I could change it to hue and then press and hold on the blue part of my image. And see, it's changing 2 different blues there at the same time for me. It's a really nice feature, and it kind of speeds up your workflow a little bit and allows you to get kind of that cool effect like I've gotten here. And that, once you're done, click back on that dude again, and then click on done. And you can come out of here and you can tap on your screen again to make that go away so you can see your photo full size. And that's a cool adjustment, and that's a cool new feature I want to show you guys about.